Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you something pretty neat that you probably didn't know. It's more of a dynamic way of doing stuff. Now we make another head that's facing this way. So that way I can show you this a little better. Ignore those, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is that we give it the illusion that it is slightly turning. These two layers here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to this first layer right here. And then I'm going to make it have two eyes, two circles right here, and then a mouth. That's a little bit more centered than that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the second layer and make it have its eyes over here, and then its mouth right here. So it looks like it turned its head. So why I do this is so it can be easier head turning more dynamically on this same looking vector. This is easily in the switch layer, so that when you're going through the animation right here in the timeline, you see right here, we can go up to any number, let's say 24, and then we go up and click on special, and then we go and we tell which layer that we want it to be switched to. So we'll switch to that throughout the animation, for example. See, like that. Let's try this again. Yeah, like that. Also, this works for anything: heads, hands, mouths, all this stuff. As long as you use the switch and you know how to operate the switch, it'll do it just fine. Now what I want to do is I want to make it even more dynamic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add yet another vector to this, which is going to look like these two, but a little slightly off. And sorry, I'm using my mouse to draw, so it doesn't look that great, and I apologize. This is the magnet tool, which allows you to drag certain points depending on how close they are to the center of the magnet. And this needs to be a little bigger, so there we go. This is going to be the head turned slightly. And by the way, you can go into the beginning and add new vectors to your switch at any time during your animation, as long as you go to the beginning and do that. These need to be a little bit more up so we can get the, just the head turning, not the head bending down or up. And what we do is we go back to the switch here, and then these can be ordered or they can be separated, doesn't matter. Okay, here's the layer. So in the beginning we're going to stay on layer 1. And then on the second one it will go to layer 2. Actually layer 3, because I got that order wrong, so layer 3 and then layer 2. So that it ends up looking like this. You can also add in-between vectors so that they look even more dynamic, or you can just make it to where when it turns like this, see when he turns his head like that, and then like when it's about to go to that one, you can make it to where the parts of his head, which one was this again? I think it was, yeah, it was 3. You make these part of his head go over like that, and then like that, as long as you go to the beginning of that one before it, and then you copy paste right there, so you know, gets it up more. Boom, like that. You can also make it different shapes and stuff like that. But that's the most basic way to do it with the Switch, which is really easy, and I recommend it for anyone that wants to do this. I'm also going to do a number of other tutorials which are very, very easy to do. So yeah,